everyone, welcome back to ChaatNChat. My name is Josh.
My name is Miguel.
And we are watching BARFI. This is part 3, but if you have not watched part 1 or part 2, then go back and watch them. We'll put the link in the description below this video, and then join us back here for part 3. और अगर आप तक नहीं किया, subscribe करो, share करो, और like button पर थप्पड़ मारो. He's so over it. He's like, I'm not getting in the middle of that. Like, good luck, dude.
रंजीत को सामने देखकर फिर कमजोर पड़ गई। एक बार फिर बर्फी को पीछे छोड़ाई थी। बर्फी झिलमिल को लेके कहीं भी जा सकता था, लेकिन किस्मत उसे कोलकाता लाई।
Wow.
No.
Oh. It's her. Wow.
It was her.
Oh, you didn't realize it was her, though?
Right, those kind of kismet things.
Now he sees her.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't.
His first love has him just enthralled.
Yeah. There's a string tying them together that they're not going to be able to get rid of. First person that doesn't even flinch with it.
Yeah, didn't leave.
मैंने कभी नहीं सोचा था कि बर्फी मेरी जिंदगी में इस तरह लौट कर आएगा। मेरी मुलाकात बर्फी से नहीं हुई, उस लड़की से हुई जो मिसेस सेनगुप्ता के नेम प्लेट के नीचे दब गई थी।
And how's the other girl going to feel?
Oh, he's got to hide her.
He's telling her that he's found his heart connection with someone else. And I'm okay.
And is that how she turns him in? Because she's complained about something. Oh. She wants to wear a sari like her. Ooh, puri. Pani puri.
Pani puri.
Yum.
Oi, 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 oi. Oh, maybe it was the first time for her. She didn't know how to eat it.
Yeah, the trick, you gotta try to eat it all in one bite.
Oh. And he's distracted, so he didn't see that she left.
I don't know if she'd know her way home.
Who would she call?
And back home to her dad. And that's maybe how the whole kidnapping scheme happened again.
बस इतना पता है कि वो दार्जिलिंग से है।
माँ बाप किसी का तो नाम पता मालूम होगा।
Aha! Alright, back to the beginning.
जेल में 3 बार याद हुआ। पहली बार घर से किडनैप हुआ, दूसरी बार वो बर्फी हमारा नोज के नीचे से उसको लेकर भाग गया। फिर 6 महीने कुछ पता नहीं। हम सोचा कि पर 6 महीने बाद हमको चैटर्जी ने बुलाया घर पे और क्या दिया हमको? एक रैंसम नोट, वो 1 लाख रुपए वाला रैंसम नोट। जेल में मिसिंग, कैलकाटा में, और रैंसम नोट घूम में। मने सब घूम रहा था। वो क्या?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like getting really tangled.
हमारे पास है कौन? बर्फी। उसी ने मारा।
लेकिन उससे कैसे?
How could he have killed her when he's been in our custody?
पता है मिस्टर चैटर्जी को थोड़ी ना पता है।
Right. Now, if you tell him that...
Fundamentally, this is wrong, sir.
फंडामेंटली वो नौकरी से निकलवा देगा।
Taking advantage of him.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why he's not a cop anymore in the documentary style.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mr. Chatterjee, please don't do this. Mr. Chatterjee, don't do that.
You think he's putting on a show?
Hey.
Whoa! That's a sick move.
जी इंस्पेक्टर साहब मैं आती हूँ।
जाना जरूरी है। श्रुति, फिर वापस मत आना।
What?
Okay.
हमको सूझा नहीं हम किसको बुलाए। किसी को बुलाता तो भी आता नहीं।
They're not gonna find the body.
Of course not.
लेकिन सब पूछेंगे तो यही बोलेंगे इसने किया है। हमारा कोई सॉफ्ट कॉर्नर है नहीं। आपको तो शायद इसके लिए लाइफ में सेकंड चांस तो सबको मिलना चाहिए।
एक और टिकट दीजिए।
Like her mom at the train station with the ticket?
Mm-hmm.
But where her mom didn't go, maybe she's going to go?
She's thinking
This is
of...
the crossroads that her mom was talking about. She just can't do it.
And now he's just... He's broken right now.
Yeah, but someone chose him to stay with him, to be with him.
पता नहीं क्यों लेकिन झिलमिल के गायब होने का मुझे अफसोस कम और खुशी ज्यादा थी क्योंकि बर्फी अब मेरा था। वो कैसे जीता है मुझसे बेहतर कौन जान सकता था। बर्फी को देख के मुझे एहसास हुआ कि मौका तो आया था पर बहुत देर से। मैं बर्फी
The original place she was at.
Trying to find more answers?
झिलमिल को ढूंढने आया हो यहाँ झिलमिल यहाँ क्यों होगी वो तो कब की मत झिलमिल नहीं आई यहाँ तुम लोग जा सकते हो Please go ahead.
He's lying.
Yeah, he's maybe picking up on some signs. But we saw her in that car.
आपने किसी को बताया तो नहीं बताना भी मत
Yeah, because again, he was gonna.
They.
सोचा था 6-7 घंटों के लिए उसे गायब करूंगा और अपने ससुराल वालों से पैसे निकलवा लूंगा। मैं झिलमिल से बहुत प्यार करता हूँ राजू।
क्या तुम फिर झिलमिल को वापस ले जाओगे
हाँ।
क्या तुम्हें अभी भी पैसों की जरूरत है झिलमिल यहाँ बहुत खुश है
They were all
he's
in on it.
Playing games with another person's life.
ताजू चुपचाप तमाशा देखते रहे। उनके सामने बर्फी था, उनसे ज्यादा झिलमिल के लिए पागल।
You gotta at least let him know that she's okay. Now it's her choice. Oh my god. He won't know if they just keep walking.
Yeah, he's mine. I get it.
How life is so complicated sometimes.
हमेशा ऐसी ही जिंदगी चाहती थी। झिलमिल की जगह मैं हो सकती थी, पर यह मौका उसे मिला क्योंकि उसने सोच समझकर प्यार नहीं किया।
Yeah. Let's bring back some memories she herself even dreamt about.
So he stayed at the school with her.
Yeah. It
And
seems like
then,
it.
and then, was she teaching? She was teaching sign.
Shruti.
Yes, Shruti
Yeah,
was.
it looked like. Yeah. Okay. That was a really fun movie. Let's start off with the rating. How many pani puri out of, we're going to increase the scale a little bit so we can get a little bit more diverse so we don't have to do like 4 3/4 and stuff like that. So let's do 10. Out of 10 pani puri, how many would you rate it?
So I'm going to give it a 9. I'm going to
Okay.
give it a 9, yeah. I really liked it. It was very good. I think the acting was superb, particularly him. He had really no speaking parts other than making a few noises, but he had great gestures. I liked the story overall, and there was so many nuances to it. I could easily watch this movie again because there was the quick glimpse of Charlie Chaplin in there.
Mm-hmm.
There was kind of an Inspector Clouseau element. There's this French European kind of feel a lot running through it. I loved the little wisp as they transitioned at the very end. Did you notice that? When they were laying on the bed?
Yeah,
And
where the light flared.
No, it wasn't a flare. It was like smoke, like their spirits were leaving. I liked that. So there were lots of little things like that. Again, we've talked about this theme where people choose to judge others in a way that prevents them from equal access, equal love, life, all of that. It wasn't clear to me how they did not incarcerate him for that, for her disappearance.
Well, the inspector let
him go.
and she took him.
That wasn't
Yeah.
exactly clear
Because
in all the
he went
dialogue.
away, and that is probably why he probably lost his job. Because remember, at the end, he wasn't an inspector anymore,
Right.
and he was doing something else. So my assumption was that he was like, take him on the sly,
Right.
get him to the train station, take him
Right.
back to Calcutta.
All
That was my impression. I don't know.
It was a kind of, at that point, there was a transition that I was like,
When she went back to Calcutta with him, Shruti and BARFI, when they went back to Calcutta, like how much time did it pass before he came up with the idea to call and then go to that place? That was kind of brutal. I mean, she gave up her life, and that was just heartbreaking for me because I was like Team Shruti the entire time. I'm like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Like, come on, let's do it.
Yeah.
And, and then she sat down on the train, and I was like, oh, well, maybe he didn't see her. I think maybe he saw her, he just didn't care. Because at that time, he was kind of broken, and he was just like, look, I just learned that this girl that I was so attached with,
Right.
she's dead, or
Right.
that's what they told him.
Right.
And so for him, like, he was just like, wow, like, I feel this big loss in my life,
Right.
and it's going to take time to get over it. I'm also going to rate it a 9 because it was really good, but I think, yes, I agree with you. Ranbir Kapoor was amazing in this. His facial expressions, everything, it became about his mannerisms and his facial acting, body language, everything. But who stole the show, in my opinion? The background music.
Oh yeah.
Like that made like that because in a movie like this with very little dialogue, there wasn't much other than the narration and then a few of the characters to progress the story. But there was a lot of dialogue without the dialogue because the music was telling a story. When you listen
Yes.
to that music, and I made a couple comments about it because it was like without those notes,
It may have been awkward for the viewer.
well, it would have been awkward, but it was his words were in music.
Yes.
You know, because the thing is whenever he was like trying to present like an emotion, all that sort of stuff, the music was presenting the emotion.
Right.
And I like a little few of those moments where then it was like step into his world where everything was silent and
Yes.
all sound just was like cut off. Oh yeah, like that's his world.
Yeah.
But then what he's projecting is this music. I think the music was the dialogue the entire time. And the music, I mean, it was like throughout.
Yes,
I
it was.
think there was very, very few areas where there wasn't any
Right.
background
And the
music.
musicians were in very odd spots. And I'm
Yeah.
like going, oh, wow.
Because they were telling the story. They were just as much of the story and having these little glimpses of them like being all over the place because their fingerprints are all over the script.
Right.
The musicians. I also really liked how they played up that silent era. And it almost made me think that he was watching those because back then it told the story through, yes, music, which he couldn't have heard, but it was telling it through these visuals, which he could have understood. So for him, how he was acting was a throwback to all those silent era movies that maybe he saw, maybe his dad showed them to him because he wouldn't have been interested in the movies at the time. I mean, this was in the 70s, so you would have had Sholay and some other like big Amitabh Bachchan and Dharminder and, you know, just big movies, but he probably would have been super bored during those type of movies.
Right.
So I would assume maybe his dad found like old reels or copies of Charlie Chaplin and all that, which showed him, and that is where he got his comedy from and all that sort of stuff. So I thought that was a really cool detail that maybe you could read into a little bit. That is like, hey, he's acting this way because in the movies they're grown men that are acting this way.
Right.
You know, that are playing and dancing and making funny like gestures and stuff because they had to present that on film because there was no dialogue. Also, I love how complicated this life was because that's true. Like, it's like, yeah, like just missed it in passing. Time isn't right. Life is complicated and messy. And they showed that.
Yes.
And I feel like it was like, I don't know, it sucked because it was, yes, there was like this happy ending, but at the same time, not everyone had a happy ending. Like a little unclear what happened the rest of Shruti's life. We saw a glimpse that she was teaching at the school,
The institute,
institute, you know, but it wasn't clear. Did she find someone else? Because she was still young, you know, when those two got married. So did she remarry? Did she find someone else? Did she go back to Ranjit? I don't know. Did she and Ranjit ever have kids? Because they were together for like 7 years. I would have thought maybe they would have had kids. What happened to her story, but I don't think it was necessarily a happy ending.
Right.
So this wasn't one of those movies where it was like happily ever after. Also visually stunning throughout the entire movie. I felt some Wes Anderson vibes there because how it was shot and framed, like some of those 2D aspects, like they flattened it with some of the lenses that they used, which made it almost look like a set. All right, well, let us know what you guys thought. Did you like it? Did you catch any other little symbolism things? Because Miguel mentioned a few. We saw that Charlie Chaplin. Let us know if you saw any other things because we love those sort of details. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, sharing, and like button पर थप्पड़ मारो.